Hello, my name is Vasco Manata, and this is my English FOA. For my FOA, I will be analyzing this political cartoon regarding bias in Fox News and the protests in Ferguson. The purpose of this political cartoon is to mock the increasing bias present in Fox News. The author realizes and is aware that his cartoons will most likely not be viewed by people who are unaware of the bias in Fox News. Therefore, his target audience is instead people that are already aware of the bias in Fox News, which makes for better use of satire since people are already aware of the topic at hand. The title of the cartoon is Fox News, the more you watch, the less you know, and has a caption with the same phrase. This phrase tends to summarize the entire political cartoon in a few words. This cartoon is unconventional compared to other cartoons, mainly due to the large amount of text. Most political cartoons are not very text heavy and rely mainly on the art. However, this political cartoon has a lot of text, which is not common. The text in terms of symbols tends to describe most of the symbols. However, there are also symbols that are not described at all in the words and are simply up to the viewer's visual interpretation of things. The most significant phrase of the entire political cartoon would be the caption, which summarizes everything in a few words. What is literally happening in the text? Well, the Fox News editing staff is editing a statement made by Obama regarding the protests in Ferguson. Obama makes a statement about the protesters. However, the Fox News editing staff decides to edit Obama's statement so that it seems as if he is for the protests, because that is the uncommon opinion, and doing so would harm Obama, which is Fox News' agenda, or is at least what this political cartoon thinks. On the other side of the cartoon, you have the Golden Turkey Award, which is being given to the news channel with the most shameless creative editing, as stated by the author, and this news channel is Fox News. Every character seems to have this very specific facial expression. The editors seem to be having faces of guilt, as if they know that what they're doing is wrong. However, they're also happy and they're content with their actions. So it's almost as if they're guilty, but they're happy, even though they know what they are doing is wrong. There's also the turkey, which is struggling to move and does not seem very happy to be in the situation that it is in. And there's also a feather falling off, and you can see that through the lines that are used to symbolize the movement of the feather. This cartoon is referring to the bias that is present in Fox News. The author believes that Fox News is the most biased news channel, and this can be seen through the use of the Golden Turkey Award, which is said to be given to the most creative editing, also, which is a clear representation of a biased channel. If there are people who would disagree with this cartoon, those people would either be people who work at Fox News or Fox News viewers. Their views are not represented in this cartoon. This is because representing the opposing views of the author would do very little to strengthen the author's point and would only weaken the author's point. Therefore, the author obviously decided to omit that from the political cartoon. I personally really like this political cartoon due to how it does not rely as heavily on the art and the visual interpretation of the reader, but more on the text, and it is a very text heavy political cartoon compared to the rest, and this shows how and this makes it easier to analyze the text, and it makes it a very straightforward political cartoon. I also like how complex it is, how it has several components to only one political cartoon. Has the background info regarding Ferguson, it has the scene with the editors, it also has the other scene with the golden turkey, and also has the caption. So it has lots of components to it, which is a lot more complex than the regular political cartoon. I also like it because of the references that are made, mainly the reference to the Ferguson shooting, which they use as a perfect example of Fox News bias, and also the reference to George Orwell, which is stated in one of the speech bubbles by the editors. The people in this cartoon include Obama, 2 Fox News video editors, the Golden Turkey, and the man giving out the Golden Turkey. Both the Golden Turkey and Obama are symbols. The editors in this political cartoon seem to be acting suspiciously. They know that what they're doing is wrong, but they do it anyway, and they feel happy when they do it. And then you see the host that is giving out the turkey, the Golden Turkey, seems very happy to be giving out this wonderful award. However, the turkey does not seem to have the same opinion of the situation. George Orwell is also mentioned by one of the video editors. However, George Orwell is more used as a symbol than an actual person, since it is not present in the political cartoon. Symbols in this cartoon are the Golden Turkey, the monitors, the falling feather, Obama, and Orwell. The Golden Turkey symbolizes how Fox News is the most biased news channel. It is also seen the turkey is shown to be not very happy with the situation it is in, which shows how the prize is a prize that is negative. It is not something that should be wanted. Channels should not seek to become the most biased news channel. The falling feather also aids in representing this by showing almost as if the turkey is deteriorating, falling apart, which normally people would not want something that is falling apart, and therefore it shows that the award is not something which is desirable. And this directly conflicts with the emotions that are shown by the host that is giving the turkey, which seems to be very happy, and this host represents the pride that Fox News has in terms of the actual bias on the show, despite how bias should not be something they should be proud of. The monitors are also a symbol because they symbolize what the actual viewer sees when watching Fox News. There is the original footage, then you see it passing through the editors in the actual political cartoon, and you see the situation it is in, and you realize through the use of the monitors that what the viewers see is completely different from what was originally filmed. There is also the reference to Orwell, which symbolizes how everything that Fox News does is against what Orwell stood for. This reference is made when the editor says that Orwell would be proud of their actions, when in reality Orwell would not be proud, because Orwell is for freedom of speech, critical thinking. He does not want the people of the country to be oppressed and simply listen to what is being told by them and simply believe it. So everything that Fox News does is in some shape or form against what Orwell actually wants. There was not much debate on whether Fox News is biased or not at this point. There have been debates in the past, but most people tend to have a knowledge of whether Fox News is biased or not. Even people that work at Fox News admit they are biased, which further proves that there is no reason for debate, but they believe, however, that being biased is right, which is something that many people do not agree with, and this is where the debate occurs. Regarding Ferguson, the protests in Ferguson, which are briefly mentioned in the political cartoon, people either believed that the protesters were right in doing what they did, or they were wrong. However, this cartoon mainly refers to the issues of bias, and not as much Ferguson. The artist's technique is unusual. It is not like other political cartoons. As stated before, it is more text-heavy than other political cartoons, which aids into an easier analysis and more straightforward meaning to the political cartoon, which makes it not as abstract as other political cartoons. The drawings or the art style of the artist is a balance between realistic and abstract. It is not overly abstract because it would conflict with the straightforward theme, which is of using a lot of text. Being a text-heavy political cartoon, with it being too abstract, would be counterproductive, since abstract cartoons tend to rely more on the art symbols and not as much on text symbols. and being too realistic would defeat the purpose of it being a political cartoon. So this artist seems to be able to make a balance between realistic and abstract. He also makes several symbols, although unlike in most political cartoons, most of these symbols are also stated through words and not solely through the art that is used. There are several humor techniques used. There is irony, which is the most evident in the caption. Fox News, the more you watch, the less you know. It is supposedly a news channel should give you more information when you watch. However, the caption says that it doesn't, which is ironic. There is also an allusion to George Orwell, which ends up being funny as well because it has a certain irony to it by making Fox News believe that Orwell would be proud when in reality he would not be proud at all. There is also satire, the obvious satire, since the author is clearly mocking the bias in Fox News, and it's the most common type of humor in political cartoons. There is also juxtaposition, which is clear when you have the host that is very happy to be giving out the cartoon. He's feeling pride to the fact that he's giving out the Golden Turkey Award. He's feeling pride that he's doing that. However, the turkey does not feel any pride at all, and is in fact sort of depressed. And this creates a contrast between being depressed and happy. I personally agree with the meaning and the message of this political cartoon, which is the bias in Fox News. I do believe that Fox News is biased, and even workers in Fox News admit to this, such as famous Fox News people such as Bill O'Reilly or Sean Hannity. However, they make the point of how two wrongs make a right. Since there are many liberal websites that are biased, they believe that since there are few conservative websites that are biased, they should be biased. And this creates the conflict of whether or not this is right or wrong. I personally believe it's wrong. In terms of Ferguson, I believe that the protesters were right in protesting. They should protest. However, they were in the wrong by taking advantage of the protests to commit crimes such as burning down houses or stealing things. Thank you for listening to my FOA. I hope you enjoyed it.